Hey everyone, it's your boy Shaft, aka That Mill Guy, here at episode 40 of Exploring Mill. Something that I feel like we should have done a long time ago, considering we did make a video conceptualizing it. We're going into, well, powering up Mishra's Bauble with Mill, or maybe powering up Mill with Mishra's Bauble, whatever it might be. We're going a full playset. So what I've done is really just taken the Dimir list that I've been providing a sideboard guide to, link down below, all in the Mill Discord, and just inserting 4 Mishra's Bauble. The current list I have right now plays 3 counter spells, 22 lands, so I said, okay, -3 counter spells, and -1 land, because we're going to be drawing way more cards, so we can just run it like that, right? And I really just want to talk about what those baubles mean for us, what we can do, and why we're making certain deck building choices. So let's get into it with the deck list specifically. And again, as you saw, just 1 less Watery Grave, 3 less counter spells, because again, that is a flex slot, and just playing the 4 baubles. Now, one thing to note is that we're not really taking any use of Delirium shenanigans, and one way that Blitz mentions in the stream is potentially playing Manic Scribes. So Delirium having 4 types in our graveyard, we aren't really playing Mesmeric Orbs in the main, but what this allows us to do is most of the times a crab will die and we will fetch, so that's 2 types. We can then play an instant or a sorcery, so whether that be a Fatal Push to stop an opponent's creature, or maybe we're cycling away a Fractured Sanity. Then we can also cast a Mishra's Bauble. Alright, 4 types in our graveyard. We have Continuous Slow Mill and 0-3 that blocks Ragavan, lots of other 2 power stuff, so potentially Manic Scribe is a way to take this in the future. And I do want to talk about some other directions that we could take this deck list, but that's going to be for another video. For now, I want to show you what the testing went like on Sunday when I streamed this list, and, you know, kind of spoilers, it went pretty damn well. So I think what it more so proves is that the Mill core is very powerful, and you can just play other powerful cards alongside of it to show really that it can prove itself. But Mishra's Bauble is actually kind of interesting. So let's go again into the card itself. What is Mishra's Bauble providing for us? So again, no Delirium shenanigans. 0 mana, adding to our storm count, but also again allowing us to gain information alongside drawing cards. So you don't gain the card immediately. You draw it on the next upkeep. So this is a way to draw cards beyond discard decks, a style of strategy that's generally been very good against Mill historically. So just being able to beat Thoughtseize and gain information by playing it, looking at what they're drawing, preparing accordingly. Maybe you want to save that Surgical in your hand. Maybe let them draw that card because it's blank, it's a land, and then you Surgical afterward. Or maybe you don't even want to let them draw that card and you want to Surgical early so that they shuffle it away. Kind of things like that. And then you bauble on their turn so that when they go to Thoughtseize you, they don't get the card that you're going to draw. You draw it on the next turn, you give them less information and more opportunities for yourself to make kind of sneaky plays. Other things that you can do with Mishra's Bauble are potentially having Hedron Crab on the battlefield, playing Mishra's Bauble, seeing what they have on top of their deck. If you want them to have it, say it's a land, you're in the mid game, you don't care if they draw that, you let them draw it, then you mill or whatever. If you have a crab and a land already on the battlefield, it's a field ruin, it's a fetch. Play the Mishra's Bauble, then you can make that choice much easier to see if they have a card that you care about on top, mill it over, do whatever. Worst case scenario, you can do the Death Shadow stuff of holding up a fetch, bobbling yourself to see if you want to fetch and kind of get rid of that card now, or potentially just draw that card, then fetch, then do what you need to do. So the Bauble gives us a way to just gain a little bit of information, and this is really important for those people that want to find a way to potentially level up their game and just find different edges. And this is a very small edge, but information is key, and it allows you to make proper decisions with everything in mind, right? You can get a good feel for what's in your opponent's hand. So Bauble might be a way to do that, and I think it's cool and interesting to see where we take this. But let's just get right to the games. I think that's what everyone's interested in, and yeah, see y'all there. Enjoy. Right? I just want to continue to try powerful cards. I know Bauble has been tried before in the deck, but I just want to see where it can take us now. Now with a hand like this, we got a mulligan. Just doesn't really, this hand doesn't really take us anywhere. Yeah, this hand is workable. So we'll drop the I actually dropped the Prismatic just in case we need the field. We don't know. It'll make Fractured Sanity a little bit awkward, but we do have the Bauble to try and get things going. So we'll try that out, right? You never really know if you need the field or not. And we very well could not. Like, they're not a Lurrus deck. Okay, so I'm so much happier that I kept the field. If we can, I mean, okay, so they started off turn one. They started off turn one with the Amulet, so my chances aren't looking that great, to be fair. Let's see what they're drawing. They got the Pact. All right. So we're drawing through a little bit, making Delirium that we're not going to use. We're not going to be getting to Delirium, right? Or we're not going to be taking advantage of Delirium. It's interesting though. This would be a cool way, or this could be a cool way to take advantage of something like, is it Mill, right? Where we could use stuff like Unholy Heat to create Delirium and take advantage of stuff like that. Maybe some other Delirium items that we could take advantage of, but it's something to think about. Okay, so now I think we just want to mill as much as possible. Try and right. We just want to see if we can take out key lands, but it doesn't look like they're finding bounce lands just yet. So we're gonna cycle the frack, right? That's just the truth of the matter. Manic Scribe's main or side? Where did you want to test those? Okay, let's see what you got. So you got a bunch of stuff. Okay, exposing that to me super early is interesting. If we're doing, oh, okay, yeah, fair. If we're doing Delirium stuff, actually, that's interesting. It's one way to take it. Actually, I didn't think about that. That is one way to take it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we Field of Ruin here. Take the Slayer's Stronghold so that they don't get the haste. But arguably we could just take the Castle Garen break because they play 2 lands. They have the Pact. We know that one card in their hand is a Pact. So they pay 4, create 5. That's how they accelerate, right? So I think that's what we do. Whereas they don't, I mean, they do have the colors for it, to be fair. They do have the colors to play for Slayers, but this is how they accelerate. So I think that's how we take that. I think that's what we want to do here. Play that. Ooh, there you go. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, there it is. We got some people trying some things out. Okay. Got some people trying some new Crimson Vow cards out. So they have to have like, oh my god. Okay, so they have one. So it creates 5? Or no, it just creates 6. Okay, so they just have it. But at least the Slayer's Stronghold is tapped. That's something, right? Yeah, okay, so they just have a Titan. Yeah, the Stronghold is tapped at least. But I mean, they could find 2 bounce lands. Play. Yeah, I don't know. This is so dumb. They just had another one in hand. We kept an awkward hand. Okay, actually it wasn't an awkward hand. It was a good hand. I stand by this hand. This was a good hand. Our opponent just had some better luck. It's had some better luck. I'll take it. If that's what it is, I'll take it. One other line that we could have taken is the Fractured Sanity to try and see if we can mill out like other pieces that they could look for. But I guess the line here is, yeah, I guess Valakut's also a line too. Yeah, I forget this is a thing. But yeah, another line that we had was potentially just cast, like just go land Fractured Sanity to try and mill them for like 14 more cards. Try and see if we can mill over anything important, but I don't know. I was hoping our luck wasn't this bad. I really was hoping our luck wasn't this bad. But they'll get what they need here. I mean, to be fair, I don't even think we win here. There's nothing, like the whole point to this was trying to find a way to avoid this. Because even next turn, they have the, like we know they have, it's just getting out of hand. Yeah, we know that they have the Pact. You can even get that going still. Yep. So you got a bunch of mana. Are they just gonna pact it? They could just pact and Titan again. Yeah, they'll just. Yeah, okay, fine. All right. They see the line. They'll just grind us out of this. That's fine. Begin sideboard. Okay, bang, bang. Tasha's gets you mileage though. I always forget how to board against this deck. God damn. I feel like these are the slots that we like take out, honestly. But it's just like free. Is this what I'm gonna be doing? I'm just gonna be boarding out this stuff because everything else is like pretty good. Bruh. How do I board here? I can't take out Fatal Push. Do I just... No, I can't take out Frax. Do I take out Frax? Can't take out Drown. Yo, how do I actually board here? I'm so lost. Do I actually just take out Baubles and take out like a Fractured Sanity? Or take out a Tasha's, sorry. Take out a Tasha's. But... No, Tasha's isn't bad if our math works out right. And if they have a shuffle effect, the exile is better for us. Yo. Okay, alright, okay. I don't want to do this every game. God damn. It's like, what else do I take out? The push kills the 3-drops. That's all we have for 3-drops, right? Like, that's all we have for the Azuzas. Like, we could shave them, but, like, that's all we have for the Azuzas and stuff, right? Like, the Drown is arguably just for, like, the Titan when it comes down, right? Because they might just have the Cavern of Souls, and therefore we can't counter. We just need a big kill spell for the Titan. So that way, if they go all in and commit, we can kill it. Like, we could shave, like, 1. They are playing Arboreal Grazer. Or, like, 2. I don't know. Especially because they're playing the Colossus. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is so weird. I actually, in this case, would have sided out the counter spells. That's the thing. If I was still playing... Orb's too slow. I've historically never liked playing Orb... against this matchup. I just find you don't get the untap value you need. Against like Scapeshift, it's a little different, but against Titan that operates as almost a combo deck, I don't know if that's what you want to do. Okay, let's do this for the shuffle effect. We can then hold up fetch into the like kill 3-drop. You have to kill the Grazer so you can attack with attack with Crab. Okay. What's the verdict on Orb after those leagues last week? It was worth going down with the additional 2 pieces of interaction on the board. Honestly, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird just because like I think the orbs are strong, right? Like there's nothing that like we can't say that they're not. My problem is that I do like the interaction, right? Like I do like the interaction that it provides. I do like the interaction that we lose. So I don't know how to feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't know how to feel about it. But I will come down on the fact that it's probably not completely incorrect. And then if you just play the interaction on the other side, it's fine. The problem is like those 2 slots that you could use, you could very well just be playing powerful cards like Aether Gust and stuff. And Aether Gust is a very powerful magic card right now. And we're even like the builds I'm playing right now, I'm just shaving on Test of Talents and stuff too. So there's a lot of things you could do with those slots. I think Miss Miracorp is fine. If you run Amulet, doesn't Orb actually really hurt them though? If they run Amulet, I really is a stretch. The value that they're getting out of each untap, like extremely outweighs the value that you get out of milling them for 1 for each tap. Like they're gonna untap 2-3 times, you mill 3, they play a Titan. Like, is that really valuable to you? That's what I mean. And then especially on the draw, they've played land. They played land Amulet. You go land Crab, and then they go land friggin' tap on top, play Dryad, blah, 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 all that stuff, and then you just go, like, they might even play a Titan, or they'll just get so much value out, and then you play Mesmericorp on your turn, and they untap mill 4, play a Titan, and win the game. Like, those are just the lines that you come across, and it's just like, ugh. Not exactly what you want to be kind of dealing with. Not exactly what you want to be dealing with. Sure. You got a 1/1. Orb seems like a way to make yourself win faster in the good matchup, but the interactions seem like cards stop you. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm kind of torn on it. I understand its value. I really do. And like, just can't escape how powerful it is, right? At the end of the day. But it's still tough. It's still a tough call. Okay, they're gonna map. They're gonna get another Saga out. Bro, how many Cultivated Colossus are they playing? Like, well, where are the Titans? Where are the Titans at? Where are the Titans at? Okay, okay, so let me lock out the Scapeshift win con. Okay, so they got 2 prime times in there. What do they have for this matchup? Okay, so they have 2 endurances, which is pretty good. They have no shuffle effect. Not even in their hand. So they have no shuffle effect, 2 Valakuts. They have 2 things in their hand. They'll probably go like Expedition map. They're probably really hoping for that extra land drop too. And that's fine. I'm trying to think here. Okay, cool. So we'll play this. Why did I bring Lantern in? Because the Titan matchup is very favorable for Mill, right? At the end of the day. So you have to understand like what you're going to lose to. Ultimately, the Titan players understand this and will either make the hard sideboard choice of like playing the shuffle effect along with endurance. They'll play some amount of endurances. Sometimes they won't even bother, like kind of stuff like that. And the reason I'm saying all this is just because like they have to be able to board for so many other matchups that sometimes it doesn't matter. The problem is you have to always be ready for the fact that they will play 4 endurance plus a shuffle effect, because that's the only thing you lose to. You beat this deck the majority of the time, right? Like that game 1 we played, obviously they got to play the game Magic that we did. They wanted to, and we're trying to do that now. So that's really all this is. The Soul Guide is for the endurances. It's for the potential shuffle effect. Right now, we're seeing that this is a deck that is willing to take the loss against Mill. And why am I saying that? They're only playing 2 endurances and no shuffle effect. They have more sideboard slots dedicated to other matchups in the meta, and they're willing to take that minor, like, they're willing to decrease their odds against Mill. But endurance is still a card that will completely shut us out if we let it get away with it. So we just have to be ready for it. I wonder if Bauble is actually best in mono blue. Mono blue is actually the only variant that could run Urza Saga because of mana, play Baubles, and play Lantern. Yo, Dylan, I might have to hire you as a chief content director right there with ideas like that. Sounds kind of fire, actually. Not gonna lie, I'm thinking about that right now. It sounds kind of fire. Yeah, take out Surgicals out of the main, play some amount of Sagas. Ooh, Dylan, you're onto something. You're onto something. You're onto something. I'll give you that. How to Soul Guide combat endurance? So you keep it out on the battlefield. When they go to endurance you to stop themselves from winning, you have Soul Guide to exile their library. Yeah, you have Soul Guide to exile the library. That's all it is. Okay, so back up to a 3/3. So they have a mystery card plus 2 Titans. We'll take 3. Yo, okay. Really would like to draw land. That works for me. That 110% works for me. So that is going to hit Giant. We're going to shut them out of... I Guess that gives them the green anyway. Yeah, we'll just shut them out of doing this, so it's... Okay, so there... Okay, so we seem to not be able to find the Titans, which is fine. I once had an opponent force an... I crack and play Injustice. Sounds good. Yo, we really can't find what we need against this deck, right? Okay, so I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, this is one of the struggles that we have against decks like, believe it or not, like Living End too, right? Because a lot of Living End strategies will just play, a lot of Living End strategies will just play 3 copies of Living End. So it's harder to mill over and find copies of Living End to Surgical. So you do run into that a lot. You do run into that a fair bit. Okay. So they're getting their Titan, right? That's what they're demonstrating right now. They are getting their Titan. They're getting their Titan. Mono Blue Saga does sound like a cool video. It really does. It really does sound like a great video idea. Yeah, so they're going to get their hasty creature, I believe. What do they have left here? Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. I feel like I definitely could have surgicaled the Simic Growth Chamber here. That's what I was thinking. That's a land that they definitely have a playset of, and they return to their hand. We know that they have a copy there. God damn. Okay, so you're gonna create all of this mana. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna create all this mana, but at the end of the day, you have to create. If you want to give them haste, you have to create white and red somehow. White and red. And without Dryad, just like, how do you do that? Right, they're going to do all of this right now. So they're going to have the mana they need to castle Garen Brigg, play out another land. Yep. Or not a land, another Titan. Very well could lose here. Because we had some opportunities to surgical the Simic Growth Chamber to like stop all this nonsense. That definitely would have halted them in their tracks. I think I was being a little too greedy with trying to find Primetime, especially with knowing that there's 2 in their hand. Should have looked at another route to take this, but oh well. Yeah, Primetime it is. Just let you keep thinning out your deck. That, like, if we get to untap, we could very well just like Tasha's for the win, Fractured for the win. Just let them keep like thinning out their deck. What other 1 or 0 drop artifacts are worth running though? Probably just Profane Memento, I suppose. Yeah, Profane as a tutor target. Yeah, it'd be like Soul Guides, Profane as a tutor target. We could get super spicy and play Shadow Spear if we wanted to, like, because Dimir struggles enough with the burn, or sorry, Mono Blue would struggle enough with the burn matchup just because there's almost no options for the burn matchup other than Aether Gust. So we could play Shadow Spear as a main board out to equip to our crabs and just start swinging in. It's a thing. It's a thing we can do. I think targets like that would be where we want to take it. That's interesting though, because it's a way to use our flex slots. We would probably remove stuff like Archmage's Charm, because then because that's the build. That's what I'm working with right now. Pithing Needle's interesting too. What would you like? What would you attack? Like, what would you do with a Pithing Needle? Like, what would you hit with Pithing? They have the garrison. We didn't mill over the garrison. Right. We did not mill over the garrison. Okay, so they're gonna get. That's fine. They're gonna get 1,000,000 mana. They should have like just 3 lands in hand, right? Like, or 2 lands and a mystery card. Probably best way to deal with Resolved Walker. Yeah, especially in mono blue. You're probably right. Okay, so that's gonna gain haste. Sure. It's just so much value. That's fair too. So we pass through. They'll attack. I think I'll just take my opportunity right now. I'm gonna actually take because they have like crazy amounts of mana anyway. Like I can't beat them on that. So it's really just like, let's take the endurance. See what we can do on that front. Let's take the endurance. Okay, so their hand is a whole lot of nothing. So take the endurance out of their deck. Yeah, so okay, that's fine. So they have that and that. Okay, cool. Trigger on the stack. Go for it. Peace. Later, Dylan. All right, let's see what we can do here. So trigger, they're not going to search. Yep, they don't want to thin out their deck too much, which is completely fair. We don't exactly die to this, so I'm not going to block. Yeah, we still live to a fetch, so that's fine. I am going to cycle this. That's not what I want. I think we lose here, unless we draw Tasha's or a thing. GG. Okay, cool. Lost to primetime. I'll take it. Lost to primetime. Oh, God. Down. But yeah, so everyone else who's hanging out in chat right now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is we have new emotes. One thing I kind of discovered earlier today, so I will use them up here. Those are your new emotes, if it'll let me like press enter. I got it. Yeah, there you go. So you got a little picture of a mill. You got a ROFL with Tasha laughing in the back. You got an easy button. You got a little crab doing a dance. That's what you get from me. So they got Lurrus on their side. We're on the draw. This would be a very cool hand on the play, but I think I'll keep this. I think I'll keep this. If this is hammer, then yikes. But if this is like some type of like black-red shell, they could very well fetch on turn 1, and we'll see. Ugh. Ragvan? Okay, not Ragvan, but still something problematic. At least we know that there's no Murktide. At least we know that there's no Murktide. All right, well, don't tell them that we're milled just yet. I'd really like it if they fetched. Okay. Not yet, I see. Not yet. Not just yet. Oh, opponent, not just yet. Okay, you got 2 threats. Both die to Knight of Souls Betrayal so far. Without enabling the graveyard, both die to Knight of Souls Betrayal. Bringing back the classics. I know some of y'all remember that card. I know some of y'all do. All right. Like, is that really what I want right now? Why not? let's just confuse them a little bit more. Prismatic Vista isn't a commonly played card, so they're probably thinking about, is this mono blue? They're fetching basics and stuff like that. That's fine. So you're gonna get some Delirium triggers. I hope the land that they find off of this is truly just a fetch. Okay, so they might have found a land here. Hopefully, again, it's a fetch. I would love to draw a fetch. Watery Grave. That's, oh my god. Okay, all right. It's a 3-color deck, and they have not found a fetch yet. Oh, lordy lord. Okay. I don't even know what to say at this point. Okay. They're playing some type of Grixis aggro, Grixis mid-range type of thing. They have not fetched at all. Oh, this hand. I imagine they take Tasha's here. The Surgicals do nothing. Visions does nothing. Yeah, like Tasha's the only take here. If they don't take Tasha's, we get pretty damn far, I would say. Like, if they don't take Tasha's, I'll probably fetch Swamp and then pay for one of my Surgicals to take Unholy Heat to remove some CMC out of the deck. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's just see what they have. So that's like sorcery. I'll take out Unholy Heat as the instant. So if they're not closer to it, they have another expressive iteration. They have 2 bolts. That's fine. Okay, so they can just very well bolt my face. The problem is they're not at types right now. Okay, so I'm going to put this into my hand because I could just take the expressive iteration, actually. Let's just do that. I'll just take the expressive iteration. Draw, let's take the expressive iterations. Okay, they'll take the Inquisitions. I'll just take the cards out of their graveyard. Yeah, because we saw the Croxa originally, right? It's we saw the Croxa originally, so just take those out. Okay, so it's Grixis Shadow. They're gonna Inquisition us. We'll just, yeah, it's fine. Let them take the visions. Yep. Yeah, this is just going to be really passing through at this point. They're going to try and, okay, they've turned them into 3/3s. I'm at 4 life. Yikes. Yeah, I'm at 4 life. I'm like essentially dead. I'll just call it here. It's fine. It's fine. I'll call it here. Okay, so against a matchup like this, EE seems amazing. Funny if Dispute can't be... Well, Dispute's probably a little awkward. Soul Guy Lantern's probably pretty good. I think I'll take out Surgicals. And then I think I'll take out 1 Fractured Sanity. Arguably, we could play Surgicals here if we like Surgical the Shadow, Surgical... Like, if we just Surgical the threats, that's 1 lane to take this. It is 1 way to take this. It's a route I'm thinking about right now, actually. Like, if we just take these out, we'd have to take out the Baubles to make it work, too, because we'd bring these... Well, not that many, to be fair. It is a Thoughtseize deck, though, so that's the thing, right? Like, that's the thing. I don't think... I don't... Historically, I've never thought that Surgical is the way you want to go against, like, Thoughtseize strategies, generally. Incursion's an option. Incursion's an option. Just the problem is they're playing with, like, counter magic, right? They're definitely playing with cheap counter magic. So I'm imagining, like, Spell Pierces. They have the Drown's Main. So I'm just worried about, like, getting got by a card like that, especially in a dire situation. And I think we're more so worried about the value per creature rather than our life total, rather than the damage the creature is doing, right? Like Ragavan's problem to me isn't the amount of damage it's doing to me. It's the fact that it's like taking my cards and like ramping them. Damnation is an option though. Damnation is an option. This is just, it's honestly just like hella awkward right now. It really, like, this just makes things like hella awkward for me, because it's just like, I feel like I want to board out Baubles at every point. Now that I'm thinking about this, I feel like I want to board out Baubles at every point. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's promising. It's promising. After this league, though, we'll definitely. I do want to give this a solid shot. After this league, we'll film out a YouTube video after this. I wanted to try it through one league and see if there was any glaring issues. And I guess there technically is some level of glaring issues here. If I'm just like constantly wanting to board out Bauble, there is that. Could you fit Lantern of Insight and Codex Shredder in the Mono Blue Saga list? I mean, you're just playing Lantern Control at that point. Like, you're just playing Lantern Control. Why not just, like, why struggle, right? Like, why struggle to play Lantern Control with Mill when you just play Lantern Control, or you just play Mill? Okay. Shadow and Shadow. Okay, I'm gonna burn one of these. Okay, there you go. So I'll play another. Perfect. So now we have two blockers. Now we have two blockers. Just make Yorion and Jam both together. But that's the thing. If I made Yorion a companion for Mill, the deck would be filled with way more draw spells. Way more draw spells. I would start doing things like, okay, so it'd be the deck list right now, but I would definitely be playing 4 Surgical. I'd probably be playing some amount of Extirpates as well. I wouldn't just be playing Visions of Beyond. There would definitely be one more draw spell in there, right? Just to like even things out. It's interesting. Like, I'd definitely try and take like good advantage of it. Okay, so they're not holding up Drown, but it could just very well be counter magic. I mean, I'll play into it. I'll bite, see what happens. Like, they're not exactly anywhere near Croxa, so I'll bite. Spell Pierce is a thing. Tasha's really does win us this game, doesn't it? I mean, let's just get it out of their hand. If they have it, they have it. If they have it, they have it. Sure. It's something that won't hit my removal for this Ragavan eventually. Sure. Can't pay for it. That's fine. Can only play around Spell Pierce for so long. Because at some point they're just gonna have Drown plus Spell Pierce and it just gets out of hand. So let's just make them play into it. Would you play a little cantrip in the Urine list or big draw spells into the I mean, there's something to be said about like playing something like Into the Story. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have to let them attack through here. Like, they have to take a card here because I'm just about to like cast Visions. Like, I'm just about to cast Visions, so I have to let them have it. If they have Drown, so be it. But I have to let them have it. Yep. Yep. I'll play Bauble. I mean, they are a Thoughtseize strategy, so we ideally want to cast that next turn. So, are there any Croxes in here we want to hit? They only have one artifact in here, so that's something. Yeah, 4 types anyway. Let's just hit the Bauble. It's fine. Let's just hit the Bauble. Okay, so we're gonna Bauble them next turn here. So that we draw this on our turn and they can't Thoughtseize away the card that we Want to draw. Let's see what they're drawing. Let's see what they're drawing. Ooh, I like it. Okay. So not a spell. We know that the other 2 cards in their hand are spells. Or else they would have just played them. They got their land. Yeah, at this point, Crab's whatever to me. It's not that relevant to me. I don't want them stealing my cards at this point, so that's fine. At this point, Crab can block. That's fine. Okay. Sick. 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 I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's draw. Wow, just absolutely useless magic cards. I love it. Just a plethora. Ooh, okay. I can go Archive Trap. Ooh, okay. I've been doing some brewing and would like to grab some info from you. Shoot, what do you got? Hit me with it. Yeah, literal free win. All right, hit him with this first. And then hit him with this. Yeah, buddy! Alright, what'd you bring it in total? It's just the spell pierces, right? Alright, cool. I'll take it. Little free win. How often, percentage-wise, would you say you cycle Fracture Sanity versus casting it? I cycle it a lot more. I would say it's like 60-40. But the percentage of me like actually casting it to try and win the game is like relatively high. I would say I cycle it definitely more though. I mean, I think that plan worked. Soul Guide was like kind of weird, but like again, this is the thing, if we wanted to grind out games, like yeah, I'm gonna try it. This is like a concept thing. I'm gonna try it. Thing is, it doesn't let us draw through if we're dead, right? That's the thing. We just want like more cards. I think that's the thing, right? Like if we just go, I think this is the thing though. I think this is how we played it. No, we'll just run it back. It worked. So yeah, me and my friend have found that we cycle this 70% more of the time. Yeah. You definitely find that you cycle it more. Which is why you want to play this, because those are the type of percentages you want. It honestly is, because that's the versatility in this card, that you can cycle it. You don't feel bad about it at all. If you do, you need to change your mindset a little bit, because remember that in the late game, when you top deck it, it's 3 mana mill 14, not bad. But because of decks like Control being so prevalent in the format, you just have to think about it like uncounterable mill sometimes, right? Like if you're not comfortable casting blue mill 14, remember cycle is just 2 mana mill 4 or draw a card. That's the type of advantage you need against control decks, right? So uncounterable mill, stuff they can't interact with, doesn't get hit by chalice because it's cycle, you're not casting anything. A lot of power to it, so try and reframe to that if there ever was a concern. So the reason I'm playing Ruin Crab here is because it incentivizes them to cast a removal spell on the Ruin Crab. Whereas with Hedron Crab, they might not, and I'd really just be forced to block. Either way, like, yeah, that's fine. So they get that, but the removal spell goes. I just have to hope they don't have another. But Cavern of Souls naming Crab for Cavern of Souls naming Crab. Okay, there goes my Fractured Sanity. Ooh, okay. That's an option, I guess. That's an even better option. So we're actually going to play Oboro first. See if we get a Fatal Push. Oh, come on. Alright, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I guess I could have played around it, but whatever. Just expand the resources. We're really like just a bunch of top decks away from winning this game, so it's fine. Yeah, they're just getting our lands. We're just a bunch of top decks away from winning this game, so yeah, let's stop it on their upkeep. Try and kill it. If they have drown, so be it. They're not casting a spell on our turns. We'll do this. Okay. Pierce after pierce. All right, cool. Pierce after pierce. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Okay, so we're at virtually 9 life. Okay, so they got their lightning bolt. Okay. All right, take my cards. Mess me up. Okay. Definitely see them just putting Lurrus into their hand. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't at this point. So both their spell piercers are gone. I think they're playing one more. Oh no, okay, yeah. So the spell piercers are gone. Drown. Croxa. They could just play Croxa here, which is one way to take this. Could have played Croxa last turn, but yeah, no, that's fine. So they'll play Croxa here. Go red. Okay. Okay, if we, worst case scenario, if the card is good, I mean, that really does win me the game, doesn't it? Yeah, so this is what I was going to say. If the card is good, I can bounce Oboro to my hand, and the chance of me drawing a land is obviously much higher, like a blue land. So I'll do that. I can just discard. I can discard the Oboro instead. That's fine. I can discard the Oboro instead. Because remember, I did crack Bauble this turn, so I have 2 opportunities to like find another, like a blue source. Remembering that I am at virtually 6 life right now, so that is something to be aware of. I'm at virtually 6 life. There are no bolts in their graveyard. Okay, so there's that. Let's see if you have the 4th spell pierce, or the 4th piece of interaction. Or can I just win here? Okay, you're at 0. Do you have? Well, you can't win, because then they would have to create 3 bolts. Okay, good. All right, never didn't have it. Grounded through. Potentially canceling the one we have. We lose the $2,000 deposit. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, like with how much money we're actually paying out of our pockets, the $2,000 is very minimal. Very minimal. Played 2 modern tournaments this weekend, yesterday and today. How'd you do? Would you register? I mean, that was it. But that was it. That was just looking at 2 winning menus, watched a bunch of TikToks, ordered some food, and just rolled around. I just finished cooking, kind of meal prep for the week, and yeah, I'm hoping to finish this and actually, honestly, sign in my work email to get some garbage done that I should have done before, and yeah, just do that. Just do that. Oh, okay. Playing Scapeshift? What other deck plays a Cinderglade tapped? Mill yesterday, E-Tron today. How'd you do? Was it just FNMs or like kind of actual tournaments, like 60 plus players, stuff like that? It's been a hot minute since I played something like that. It's been a very hot minute. Oh, we are playing Scapeshift. Well, I wish I had some archive traps, because Wish I had some archive traps because these are about to get very minimal value right now. Okay. So, save targets, always yield, and then always yield here. I think I'm gonna have to burn this visions here because I need to make another land drop. And I just have to hope that the land drop itself is like a Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin would be great. Even a black source of fetch land would actually be really good too. Just casting Tasha's and just trying to get as many cards as possible out of this deck, right? Because that's one of the things we have. If we don't have Surgical Extraction, if we can't take out the actual combo piece with a deck like this, you just want to try and take out as many lands as you can that they can fetch out, right? But yeah, 9th out of 60 yesterday, 3rd out of 32 today. Perfect. Okay, so they're going to get some clue tokens. Sure. So they got Valakut out. I'm going to draw. Sure. Paying some 40k models today. Ooh. Watching some mill from my side. I like it. I like it. What 40k models are you painting? I don't know much about 40k. I know like the general look of the structures and everything, and I know the game itself. I used to paint some minis, some D&D stuff, so I can appreciate the art and the work put behind it. Okay, yeah, 11 cards. Definitely not that much happening with like something like this. Yesterday it was Boros burned 3 times in a row. Yo, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's not cute. Okay, so we didn't get many lands. We just got spells. Oh, they have a wish board. Interesting. They have a wish board. You may play a card. Oh, jokes. Okay. All right. The funny thing about Elixir here, sure. The funny thing about Elixir here is that we have managed to mill over some amount of cards, with Tasha's, right? So it's just like whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, we have managed to like exile some amount of cards with things. So, see what we can do here. I mean, 23 cards have been exiled, so the Elixir is not like terribly like game over, which is sweet. But I mean, like, already had 4 mountains, right? I think this is 5. Yeah, it's 5 other mountains. Yeah, so they already had 4 mountains. There's the 5th. So they're getting stuff done here. Don't exactly have a way to counter that either. So they're probably going to search their... I mean, they can search their library. I'd actually be very surprised if they had, like, much more to find. Maybe, like, 1 or 2. They could probably go zing zing. Just take our crabs. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll take 3. Bro, this sucks. Yeah, okay. So we can't find a black source. We're pretty much lost here. Like, they're just going to attack, shuffle, tutor lands, just bing, 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 hit us in the face. Cool. Deck like this, Fatal Pushes don't seem that great. Definitely want Soul Guy Lanterns. This is definitely a matchup where I'm considering something like Mesmeric Orb. Extra Pate seem great too, because if we can't find Valakut, we can always surgical away the lands, right? Tasha's doesn't seem like the best here. That was definitely a little like kind of underperforming for us. I think I'll just play Value Crypt Incursion and just call it. Just a little bit of life gain. Yeah, just a Value Crypt, right? They definitely will be bringing in some level of shuffle effect. Tasha's is great in this matchup. I mean, I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, that's without Titans too. I don't know. That's like what if we end up in a situation like we were right there, right? Because they're not like Surgical Titans and Tasha's is game. I don't know, but what if they bring in endurances, like three endurances, like really brings up the CMC. They are playing wishes, So that's something too. Valakut is some amount of CMC as well. They do play a fair amount of land, so that is something. I don't know. I could keep two Tashas for like the Mesmeric Orbs instead of like feeding into the shuffle stuff, but I don't really want to take anything else out. This helps me just draw through my deck, I guess. I guess I could shave Visions here. If that's the concept, I could shave Visions. I don't know. I don't think Tasha's is what we want to do, because we're gonna really like surgical the living crap out of them here. Yeah, I'll play like that. I'm actually gonna take some notes out of the great old book of Tybalt. Tybalt of the Red Sub. I'm gonna take some notes out of Tybalt's book. I'm gonna try this out in concept. Let's see what we can get. I'm gonna keep this. We'll make it work. I'm gonna take a note out of Tybalt's book. So the idea behind taking out Visions is, if you're playing so much Graveyard Hate already to try and counter so many like a lot of the things that they're doing, why not just take out the one cantrip that's really not gonna... Okay, so they have a... Sorry, if no one saw that, that was a... I don't know if it was behind my camera screen or not, but that was a pact. That was a pact. Hey, your boy Caspa, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Prime sub. Mess around with the emotes you get, and just hang out. Come hang out. All right. So if I'm just gonna draw land heavy here, then Sad Life. Really like it if I did not draw land heavy. That would be absolutely amazing. Okay. Verdant Catacombs. Fetch for green. Okay. Steve fetches. Gets a mountain. Fractured Sanity. Like it. Fractured Sanity is gonna mill. Okay. I was like, what is my opponent doing? Okay, Fractured Sanity is definitely gonna be 3 mana mill 14 here. That is going to allow me to take out the Valakut win condition from the deck. Okay. So, Valakut win condition disappeared. Lightning Bolts. Veil of Summer Search. Oh my god. Folks, guess what? I do not need the lanterns at all. Oh my lottie lod. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say at all. They could wish board for the thing, but like, yo, like, I need a... Like, what is this? Okay. All right. What am I playing against right now? What the hell am I playing against right now? Okay. Hey, Camline47, thanks for the tier 1 sub as well. I appreciate it. Hey, we got some sub trades going. Again, get the get those new emotes in. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it. And of course, anyone that, you know, have been sub for a bit, if you need to get that resub in there, get them in there. We obviously got peeps like Johedi and Shad who've been sub for me for 17 months. Like, how long have I been streaming and playing this damn game, right? Hey, get those new crabs in there. Get them in there. Get them in there and get their use in there. Okay, so the Hedron Crab is there. We're gonna Veil. I'm gonna mill you. You're not, and you don't have much in hand right now. Yeah, so like, they have nothing. I don't have to worry about... Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so I have the Tashas and I have the Surgicals. I kind of just don't even want to play this. I kind of just want to bring the Visions back. Because if we're worthless... Oh, yeah, I mean... No, we were just going to hold up Drown there. But I actually don't even really want to play these at this point. Kind of just want to bring back in these play of Visions, because if I don't have to worry about, if I honestly do not have to worry about Endurance, a shuffle effect, and it's just gonna be the 1-mana artifact that shuffles their graveyard. Like, whatever. I have the Tashas, I have the Surgicals. If I can just take out their win cons, then we should be able to get there eventually, right? Like, that's really all this is. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try it. Maybe this could be very wrong and we should keep in Soul Guides, but feels like the way to go. Feels like the way to go. Yeah. Yeah. This is a serviceable hand. Got the Extirpate that gets around the like Veil of Summer, and I mean, well, to be fair, Veil of Summer doesn't interact with Extirpate at all, except the fact that we will cast a black spell and they could cast it after or something and draw cards, so there's that, but it doesn't really interact with thing at all. So okay, don't need to get too fancy with things here. Just get an island. Oh, fingers crossed. I think we can definitely get there. Opponent kept to 7. Oh, did they? Yeah, they kept to 7. Sorry, we're on the draw. They kept to 7. So let's make this work. A little bit of fetchy fetch. Get an island. Steve fetches. Gets a mountain. Hopefully. All right, let's see what we can get here. I'm gonna go one at a time. Just for the numbers' sake, I'm not going to pass through. If we can find a Valakut. Valakut's the big one. If we can find Valakut, that's great. If we can't find Valakut, then oh well. If we can't find Valakut, I'll take Titan. Dug pretty deep there. I could very well take Titan here. Pretty happy with it if I do. Okay, well, in this case, I will take the Titan. Yeah, Valakut in their hand. They got the 2 wishes in there. That's fine. So, yeah. So we'll take that. At this point, we'll kill the Dryad. I don't even know if I want to kill... Well, no, I do want to kill Dryad. Yeah, so Extirpate doesn't give you the choice. Extirpate, if you look at the wording on Extirpate, Extirpate has to take the one in the graveyard. It's not like Surgical where you have a choice. So, yeah, don't worry. If you target... like whatever copies is in the graveyard with Extirpate, you automatically have to take it. That's just part of the resolution of the spell. Inakido 1986, thank you for the follow. Ooh. Jeez, okay. That kind of sucks because I really... Okay, so I can't get Valakut anymore. But I kind of want to get the wishes, which I can. Okay, so if I take the wishes, they don't have access to their shuffled board anymore. Yeah, if I take the wishes, they don't have access to their shuffle board anymore. And I essentially just him to Turok their hand. So I just strip their hand. At this point... It's really just about dodging. Dryad, in a way. Well, okay, so they have a bunch of mountains to be fair, but yeah. So this is okay. So they have a mountain. They're gonna get a trigger on it regardless, right? Because whenever a mountain enters the battlefield, if you control at least 5 other mountains. So this will start shooting on my crabs. Just wondering if I should get the orb value, but I guess not. Just pass through. All right, cool. So let's see what they top deck here. Yep. And that's not what I want. Let's just establish this, and then I don't know. At this point, it's just gonna be a grind to try and beat. Yeah, it's just gonna be a grind to try and beat Valakut at this point because all their lands are good. Yeah, we've still got Field of Ruins, but I mean, to be fair, we got to draw Field of Ruin. In all fairness, we got to draw Field of Ruin. Not sure how often that's gonna happen right now. Yeah, so yeah, definitely start sniping out our crabs. Ooh, okay. Yeah, might as well keep those crabs healthy. Keep that crab supply healthy, right? Okay, as long as they're top decking lands and just like, yeah. At least at this point the Dryad doesn't do anything. They'll fetch, perfect. Yeah, they'll search for a mountain. Yep. Shoot down one of our crabs. Tommy from, your name's cut off, but Tommy from Rug. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for coming to hang out here. Okay, so we'll let that resolve. And we'll trap on end step, then visions. And we'll see if our opponent just doesn't concede from there. Ooh. Veil of Summer. Alright. So be it. Draw your card. Can't really play around that. That's fine. Drawing your card. On tap. Mill 1. Perfect. That's going to give me the velocity that I need. So, Mr. Krabs, let's see if the math works out here. I have not... Okay, that's so dumb. Alright, whatever. You just have another Veil of Summer. I'm just going to fetch again. Oh, that's so dumb. Alright. Let's go Veil, drawing another thing. Okay, so this is each opponent. Alright, let me see if the math can work out for me in this case. So we've taken out the Titans. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so 22 cards. Good enough. All right, Mr. Krabs. You proved your concept. You proved. I'm hoping. All right, opponent's 3-1 in this league, so they're going to make us fight for it. So not revealing Lurrus. I'm going to keep... Just try it. Yeah, so I mean, a big reason why I capped was like, okay, they could just very well be Murktide, and then we have a pretty good hand against them. They have to think we're mill at this point, though, right? Like we played Lurrus and Darkslick Shores. If our opponent's half decent, they know this is mill immediately. There's no other deck that's like playing this sequence of cards. Ooh, am I playing Storm? Is this Storm? Yes, it is. Why, hello there. Why, hello there. Okay. Is Modern Healing like infect in the top tables of Vegas, and we're playing Storm and Scapeshift in this league? Like, what's going on? What's going on right now? What is going on right now? So we'll shock this sucker in. All right, lots going on here. Nothing I'm particularly keen on exiling right now. Electromancer it is. Play your first spell, and then I'll kill it. No mana reducers from me. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're gonna have basics anyway. We are not milling over cards that I want to hit right now with Surgical Extraction. We are not milling over cards that I want to hit. These are... Yo, like... Okay. I'll bite. I'll take the Desperate Rituals and just see what's in their hand. I'll take the Desperate Rituals and see what's going on. Because why not? Okay, of course there's a Past in Flames in their damn hand. Have you tried getting Yeah, I've been trying that for years. Empty the Warren's Grave Shot. Oh, that's another Pass. The Past in Flames is what I want. Wish is interesting though. I guess that's a pretty neat introduction, because then that allows you to just play copies of this in the sideboard and it gets around Surgical Extraction. It's interesting. But goddamn. Okay, so they don't have a mana reducer. They can't exactly go crazy yet. I'm again just really hoping to get, if I can just manage to mill over that one Past in Flames. If I can manage to mill over that one Past in Flames, that's what I'm looking for at this point. Luckily, we milled over 3 Electromancers and got and 2 Brawls, or milled over, killed, whatever, some combination. 5 of their reducers out of 8 are gone, so that is something. Sure. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah, I rate it. This is a card I forgot about. Aria Flame is a Magic card. Jeez Louise and a can of cheese. Aria Flame is definitely a Magic card. Yeah, I think I should not take the life loss route, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this route also just lets us put Lurrus into our hand, but like I don't know how valuable that actually is. I mean, like, I guess Field of Ruining the land that draws them a card is also something. Yeah, Field of Ruining the land that draws them a card is also something. Lurrus doesn't actually do anything for me. Okay, Past in Flames and we win. If we can hit Past in Flames here, we legit just win this right now. Yo, stop. There's absolutely no way I just did this. Okay, just in case they get remand, just in case they draw remand here and they remand my Surgical Extraction to start getting the Aria going, I'm gonna hit this now. Jesus. Let's freaking go. Oh my god, that mill was insane. Okay. Wow, now we're playing Magic right now. Oh wow, now we're playing Magic. Jeez. Okay. All right, denied them the draw. Top deck brawl. So be it. I'm cool with it. Definitely cool with it. All right, now this is a race. Now this is a race to put as many cards as I can into your graveyard. Put Lurrus in my hand. Okay, now they just have to not draw, like, cards that draw them more. Okay, well, that's not fun. Don't do that. There's a very good chance that they just, like, chain a bunch of stuff here together, because I've only managed to mill over 1 Manamorphose. Something we gotta remember. I've only managed to mill over 1 Manamorphose. Okay, play that. Okay, there you go. There are the Manamorphoses. Okay, if I draw Prismatic, like if my next card that I draw is a Prismatic, I want to make sure there's targets for it. Okay, so the Grape Shot's gone, the Empty's gone. So the Stormwind condition is officially over. So they have to win this turn here. They pretty much lose. So Morphos. There's 1 Morphos left. Okay, there's 1 Morphos left. They just have to try and chain spells together. Interesting, interesting. Okay, there's stuff and things happening. There's stuff and things happening right now. Okay. 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 All right. Yeah, I was just like, drawing a lot of cards there. Okay. Okay. Bay balls are all gone. The bay balls are gone. Arguably, Tasha's isn't that great, but it's something. So it's really just gonna be this. That's how I'm gonna board this. Yeah, like I was gonna say, arguably Tasha's isn't good here, but to be fair, it does exile. The problem is the average CMC of this deck is really high. So I'm not going to get mileage out of it. But again, the exile is actually like really important here if we're going to think about like what we're getting rid of and then Pass in Flames. But Pass in Flames, Wish, like they do have access to a lot. So this is really just about like 4 cards that I have to take out. This is a matchup I have not played in forever, which is why I got to overthink this right now. So it's really, do I take out 4 Tashas or do I take out 4 Fractured? Actually, I think I take out 4 Archive Trap because they're not really searching their library. There you go. That solves the problem. They're not searching the library unless they cast Pass in Flames and not Pass in Flames, Gifts Ungiven. So we take out Archive Traps. Hallelujah. We did it. We did it. I figured it out. I honed in. I triangulated the coordinates into the proper sideboarding technique. We did it. Okay. I'm going to keep this on the... so I hate that Field of Ruin is the second land here, but I'm going to keep this off the basis that we have Fatal Push. Oh. So they are playing fetches. That makes me mad. That doesn't make me too happy. Alright, let's get a crab out. You got Mystical Dispute? That'd be something. Okay. I was gonna say that'd be something. Mystical Dispute my crab, like okay. So we gotta bring Archive Traps back. yo. We really have to bring back Archive Traps. Okay, I got you. We'll bring them back. Yo, my bad. We'll bring back Archive Traps. My bad. My complete bad here. My complete bad. We'll bring back Archive Traps. Yeah, I've literally, as the fighting game community will say, the FGC, I feel like I've been downloaded. So downloaded referring to the fact that like all of your strategies, your moves and everything have just been honed in it and they've got you figured out. I've officially been downloaded. I think that's the light way of putting this. I have been downloaded. So we're gonna play this and we're gonna kill that. Yeah, there's not much else. I'm not gonna draw. I'm just gonna get the confirmed kill, get that down. Just slow them down as long as I can, really. Okay, yeah. If you have it from here, like, okay, there's only so much I can do. Yeah, there's only so much I'm doing here. Oh! Stop! Nah. Your boy Shaft literally just downloaded this clown. Are you kidding me? I have milled over all of their lands? Stop. Yo, speaking of being downloaded. Yo, you've actually just... Yo, get wrecked. Nah. Straight up get wrecked. Nah, this kid's been clowned. Kensuke, you've officially been clowned. Get out of here. You've officially been clowned. That is, oh my god. Kensuke officially clowned. I have milled over all of their lands that are fetchable. Yo. Straight up, yo, easy. Can we get a spam of that in chat? Like, straight up easy. This is literally a meme at this point. Like, what is this? Do they have a shuffle effect? That's like all they can have at this point. Come on. Why even you have been downloaded? Your opponent has figured out all of your moves and knows how to interact with them at all points. I don't know. There isn't. I guess there isn't a great way for Twitch to like get that going, but we'll see. I don't know. This hand has 3 baubles, I guess. So it's like we're just replacing all of it. So why not? Yeah, like I don't know. I guess they'll like Tasha's isn't a great take. They'll just take visions here, so that's fine. Oh, it's a living end. That's high tier stuff. That's high tier stuff right there. Okay, so yeah, living end is gonna definitely just take visions, right? I don't know. They could take baubles, I guess. It's like free redraws, but they know we're mill. They know we're mill. One thing that does irritate my OCD here, though, is with from Mana Traders, I only managed to get 2 of each. So I got 2 Cold Snaps. I think that's the set. Cold Snaps and 2 whatever set this is of baubles. So they're like offsets. All right, opponent, sure. I think this was the wrong way to play it, but oh well. I think I should have played that. That way I didn't have to fetch shock, but so cast that. Cast that. Cast that. So I'll pass through. I mean, actually, there's an argument to be had to just, I don't know. Not really. Okay, so I want to see what you draw here. Okay, so you're going to cycle here. I want to see what you draw. Okay, you're going to draw a Spire Bluff Canal. Cool. You draw your Spire Bluff Canal. Draw the card. Okay, I want to see what you draw next. Force. Okay. Draw your force. I want to see what you have in store next. Shardless Agent. Okay. So we got a bunch of cards coming down the line. Next turn, we're drawing 3 cards next turn. Got a bunch of things coming down the line here. Okay. Okay. Gonna mill myself. Gonna mill myself. Pass the turn. I'm doing the 5-head stuff, chat. I'm doing the 5-head stuff. So they have yeah, like they have the Shardless Agent, which is the scary thing here. I don't know. I don't know how we win here. That's my problem here. I don't actually know how we win. I actually think we lost because I can't find a surgical extraction. Yeah, I have no way to stop the Shardless Agent. I don't know. I think I should have just visioned to see what I should. Yeah. You know what? Because I played that weird. I should have visioned to see if I drew surgical. If I didn't draw surgical, I lost that game. I think that's just the truth of the matter. Let's take these out, and then we'll like shave these, bring in Soul Guides, all of this, and then like the Damnation for if things get really bad. Yeah, so we'll play it like that. Yeah, so keep the Fractured here. Crypt Incursion, obvious. Surgical Extirpate, obvious. Soul Guide, obvious. Tasha's just is going to be 3 mana mill 3. Like, no. Against a deck that's going to bring in Mystical Disputes against us, no. I'm not casting 3 mana sorceries. Unless I know the coast exactly clear. It's very possible that I could bring in Mystical Dispute. That's an option as well. I don't know if Living End is going to play enough blue spells for me to justify it. Sure. I'll mess with this. So I'm gonna get the Soul Guide off. I'm gonna put this. Yeah. So they kept that. I'm gonna play the Soul Guide. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Soul Guide off the rip here. To make sure that if they have Force, I want them to force it. But if they have Grief, then they're not getting it, right? It's the truth of the matter. And then at this point, so we take away that. Need some sweet mill action, a little break from preparing for Eternal Weekend. Okay, yo, this is so desperate. Are you kidding me right now? This is so desperate. What did you exile? You exiled a Shardless Agent for this. It's one card. Yo. What? It's one card. What? You exiled a card for that. Why? Why did you do that? I'm so confused. Why did you do that? Okay, let's see what you draw here. You're going to draw Misty. And then let's see what you draw after that. Or I guess they'll crack Misty anyway, so that wasn't great. Yeah, that wasn't great. I should have waited for them to crack Misty. Whatever, I draw my cards regardless. Draw 3 cards here. Okay. Okay. There you go. That's what I needed. All right, so play that. Play that. Play this. And hit the Curator. If we draw Surgical, I would love to Surgical Grief. Because Grief is one of their cheaper threats, right? So if we're going to grind out against our opponent here, again, remembering that Grief is one of their cheaper threats, so if we get to the point where we Surgical the Living End, then they will just be hard casting spells, right? They'll just be hard casting spells and just want to remove the lower CMC stuff. That's really all it is. Okay, so our opponent sucks at playing Living End. That's fine. So we'll just run it back. Not much changes here. We'll just run it back. But yeah, so what about everyone else? We got some preparation for Eternal Weekend. Some of us are painting minis. Some of us are getting some mill action in over the weekend over some tournaments. What else is going on? I need to take... I'm supposed to go golfing with my brother today, but my sister needs some... she's been needing some tutoring for school, so she's heading over to her tutor, and it's like, ugh. That's the only car we have. Yeah, like my parents both have work today, so it's not like they could have dropped her off, so... That plan got smudged, but I think it's supposed to like rain a little anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna keep this. Going to grind stream a league when I get out of work. That's fair. Need some sweet milk. Like, that's fair. Get out there, grind some. Have you been playing anything other than mill? What have you been jamming out? What have you been jamming out of Modern? I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be like, after Vegas, there's going to be so much going on in terms of the Modern sphere. Like, people are going to be talking about how Infect is back and like all this garbage. Like, all in on Vintage? Honestly, I would be as well if it wasn't for the Vintage queue times. If it wasn't for those Vintage, those dagnastic Vintage queue times. So cast that. Cast this. Just hope they fetch. If they cycle here, I want to see what you draw. Yeah. I want to see what you draw. Give me all the information. So you got your Mystical Dispute. Okay. Draw your Mystical Dispute. Violent Outburst. Okay. Interesting. They're just giving me back the play. They haven't actually drawn a card. Interesting. Okay, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. My opponent's missing land drops, then so be it. Okay. That gives me an opportunity to draw the double, or I guess not necessarily, but yeah, okay, whatever. However this goes, I'm going to cycle Fractured Sanity. Just see how this goes. Have they drawn a land here? No, they have not. I love it. So I'm going to cycle Fractured Sanity. Not bad at all. 2 leagues yesterday. Longest queue was like 5 minutes. Really? Is it like a timing thing? I feel like maybe it's just because like I'm only streaming on like Sunday and everything. Like, I feel like it's just a timing thing with me then. God damn. All right. Yeah, I feel like it's just a timing thing for me then. God damn. I think it's mostly Eternal Weekend on the God accounts. Oh, that's fair too. Like, people just bought them, so they're just like, oh, that's pretty fair too. That's actually, yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, those God accounts. You're right. Okay, so we want to play around the Force. Surgical Living End. Love it. Love it. Yo. What is going on here? Okay, that's why I jumped in, but now I'm kind of... yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the... Vintage is a very fun format. Okay, so they have a Mystical Dispute. Yo, they don't have anything now. Now it's really just like hard casting threats. Oh, I love this. Now it's just hard casting threats. Okay, this is the game that we're playing now. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, so I did that on their upkeep, not their draw, to be fair. So I slightly messed up, but that's fine. It's a small thing. It's a small thing. Okay. I could have seen what they drew as well, so I guess I'll see what they draw next turn. I messed that up. Hard casting threats while on one land. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so, okay. In all fairness, if this is how we're going to keep drawing in this game, then kind of GG for us as well. Like, let's see where we can take this. Kind of GG for us as well. Take the Architect. That's, I don't know. I don't really want to put Lurrus into my hand because now that they don't actually have anything in terms of living in, I'm just gonna crack these Soul Guides for value. Just do it on their turn. Just do it on their turn. Okay. But I'm pretty happy with Land Destruction and Blood Moon right now. All these greedy mana bases. Yeah, honestly, like that's one of the things with the Cascade decks, right? Like they definitely take Damnation here, I think. They have the ability to play turn 2 Blood Moon, I think. I think it was the Cascade decks. Because you play that land that comes in like untapped, so you can play like turn... I don't know, there's like a deck out there. Someone was saying something, but like Blood Moon is really powerful. Just being able to punish all this. There's such a need for blue and red at the same time. The 5-color decks, anything playing Omnath, Blood Moon is just dead. Just killing Urza Saga is just a great way to stop long game value. Yeah. And yeah. Wait, Amulet played Blood Moon? Is that what you're saying? Or like Saga? You're saying they played 3 Saga. Oh yeah, Saga. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I'm really gonna punish my opponent here. I'm really gonna mess with their mana. So I'm gonna go here. Yeah, Hedron Crab. Field of Ruin. Again, just decreasing the amount of lands they can draw. And hit that. They probably will grab a blue source, I think. Yeah, so we just gotta watch our... Oh, no. Oh, they're just gonna give it... Okay, perfect. Okay, so I guess they don't have a blue source, so they search their library. I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna hit them with this. Come on, opponent. What else do you think you have at this point? Okay, that's fine. Okay, you drew your force. All right. Okay, like, you want to play this game with me. That's fine. You want to play this game with me. Okay, so next turn I'll put Lurrus into my hand. Yeah, I'll put Lurrus into my hand, play Bauble, and that's the game we'll play. That's one of the things I like about here, because now with this deck list, there's actually value to playing Lurrus on with like 6 mana out. Doesn't just technically lose. So there is that. We'll get a swamp just in case they mess with our land somehow. We'll get sorry, get the Lurrus out. 1, 2, 3. We'll just grind them out with baubles. Fun. Cast Mishra's Bauble. Look, folks, we're doing the thing that everyone else in Modern does. Kind of feels bad coming from backfield after playing Strip Mine. Did you? Okay, I saw someone on Twitter the other day. They won the Vintage Challenge or something like that with their Legacy deck, and it's because they were playing Waste, and everyone was mad because they were playing Wasteland instead of Strip Mine, because they literally just took their Legacy deck and queued into the Vintage Challenge. They did not even change their Strip Mine, their Wastelands. Like, actually hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, they drew a land. Okay. You found yourself a land. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, Foundation Breaker. Really? Yeah? Why not just play Strip, though? I don't get it. Why? Like, actually, why not just play Strip Mine? Yeah, I'll play Soul Guide just in case here. Soul Guide's gonna hit, I don't know, Grief. Oh, it's restricted? Oh, okay. Well, okay, then regardless, he was playing no waste. Or no strip. He was playing no strip. He was playing 4 waste and not 1 strip. I didn't actually realize it was restricted. But that makes perfect sense considering the power of the card. Let's draw 3 cards. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. One sec. That is, where'd you find that? In the big card. Oh, you know what? Are there? Oh, it's probably Celeste. Yeah, leave it here. I'll drive it over. Goddamn. And
then there was like a oil, like a fish, like Chinese fish oil.
Where's that?
It's in downstairs.
Bring it up here. Just leave it up here. Sorry about that, folks. Give me 1 sec. Let me actually message my partner. Okay, all right. Yeah, just pass through. Just pass through. Sorry, folks. Just pass through. Attack with Lurrus. I had someone try to play Amulet Titan with Mox and Fastball and Vintage. There's all sorts of crazy. Honestly, if I played Vintage, it would be I would probably just play Crab Shack. Crab Shack just such a fun combo deck. You're playing with Fast Bond and you're there's so many like like if you have the crab and you have the combo out, like Retreat to Hagra, like you have ways to get around Leyline, Hexproof, all that good stuff. So all of that good stuff. Okay, there you go. All right. After all of that grinding, we got there. We got there. Okay, 4-1. 4-1 in this league.